Hello everyone, welcome to Matrix YouTube channel. Today we are here for the discussion of Matrix Olympiad paper of stage 2 and shift 2 which was held on 19th of November. We will start from class 8 and our subject is physics. So let us start our discussion. Question number 1. An object vibrates 7200 times in 8 minutes. A girl standing close to the object hears a sound of. Okay, so we know that we have to calculate the value of frequency. So frequency is equals to 7200 divided by 8. We have to convert it into seconds. Okay, so from here we can see here. So this becomes 15 hertz, which is not in our audible range. So we can directly say the girl will hear no sound. So correct answer is option D. Next question number 2. We have to check which is true and which is false. Mountaineers often encounter the problem of nose bleeding when they reach high altitude because the blood pressure of their body becomes much less the atmospheric pressure. No, this is a false statement because whenever mountaineers are at higher altitudes, their body pressure, the blood pressure of body becomes more than the atmospheric pressure. That's why they bleed. Okay. Loudness of sound depends on amplitude of vibrations of vibrating object. This is a true statement. It is easier to roll than to slide some heavy objects over another fixed object. This is also a true. So correct code is false, true, true. That means option D is our correct answer. Next question, question number 3. We have to match column 1 with column 2. Static friction. We know that whenever object is at rest, the friction force is called static. Whenever object is at rest, the friction force acting on it is called static friction. So object at rest will be correct for it. Kinetic friction when objects are in motion. So I will write 3. Viscosity is also a type of friction, but in the case of fluids, so I will write it 1. 2, 3, 1 is our correct option. So option A is our right answer. Question number 4. So the sliding friction force between a 4 kg box, that means mass is given, that is 4 kg, okay, and floor is 15 Newton. That means friction force, static friction is 15 Newton. That means if you want to move this body on this floor, you have to apply more than 15 Newton. It pushes across the floor with a constant force such that it accelerates at 0.8 meter per second. That means we have applied a force due to which 0.8 meter per second square acceleration is produced. What is the force applied to the box? So let us check what is the value of force. Okay, so we know that we have to apply an external force which is equal to mass into acceleration plus we have to overcome friction force. Okay, so F is equals to mass is 4 kg, this is 0.8 plus this is 15, so it becomes 3.2 plus 15 which is equals to 18.2 Newton. Okay, so our correct answer is option B. Next question, question number 5, based on same case. It is said if this same force, what force? F equal to which was 18.2 Newton. If same force is applied to a box which is now placed on frictionless floor, what is the new acceleration? Now in this case, total force will be used to move the object because there is no friction. So in this case, we know that F is equals to MA, which is equals to 18.2. So A becomes equal to 18.2 divided by 4, which is equals to 4.6 meter per second square. So correct answer is option C. Next question number 6. So we have to check which is correct and which is incorrect. We may have more than one answer. This is multiple answer type question. So weight does not change when location changes. Weight is equals to mg. When location changes, value of g changes, so weight will also change. So this is not our answer. Weight is a force, yet yes, it is a force which always acts vertically downward toward the center of Earth's surface. Weight is measured in kilogram. No, it is a force, so it will be measured in Newton. Weight is proportional to the amount of gravity acting on an object. This is a true statement. That means option B and option D is our correct answer. Next question. This may also have more than one answer. Pressure in a liquid increases with depth, but at same depth it is equal in all directions. This is true statement. Atmospheric pressure at sea level. We know that atmospheric pressure at sea level is 1.013 into 10 to the power 5 Pascal is nearly equal to the force exerted by mass of 1 kg per centimeter cube, that means 10 to the power minus 4. Okay, if mass is 1 and it is due to gravity, multiplying by 10, it will become 10 to the power 5 Pascal, which is nearly equal. So this is also a true. Atmospheric pressure increases at height above sea level increases. No, this is not true. As the height will increase, pressure will decrease. Pressure is greater when area of contact is smaller. Yes, P is equals to F upon A. If will decrease A, pressure will increase. This is a true statement. So correct answer is A, B and D. Okay. So we have discussed all the questions of physics portion. For more information regarding Matrix Olympiad like result and award ceremony, please press the bell icon and subscribe this YouTube channel. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone. Now we will discuss the chemistry portion of class 8th. Let's see the question. The question is, which of the following statement is or are true or false? Let's see the statement first. Statement first is, coal tar is a black thick liquid obtained as a byproduct during a processing of coal. Yes, it's a completely true statement. Coal tar is a black thick liquid substance which is generally produced by the byproducting of processing of the coal, or we can say coke. Okay, now let's see the second statement. Second statement is, lubricating oil, a petroleum product which is used for the lubrications. Yes, it's a completely true statement. Lubricating oils are generally used in the automobiles for lubrication. Okay, now let's see the third statement. Gasoline is obtained during the fractional distillation of petroleum. This is also a true statement. We know that gasoline is obtained during the fractional distillation. Fractional distillation is a process in which we separate the liquids which have the boiling point difference less than 25 degree. So by the fractional distillation of petroleum, we get gasoline, kerosene, different fuels, different type of substances. So the gasoline is obtained during the fractional distillation of petroleum. It is completely a true statement. So true, true and true means option B is the right option for this question. Now let's see the next question. The next question is, match column first with column second and select the correct answer using the codes given below. Okay, now let's see the column first. In the column first, P is kerosene, Q is paraffin wax and R is bitumen. And in the column second, A first is manufacturing of candles, second is road surfacing and third is jet engine fuel. Okay, now let's see the column first again. Kerosene are generally used in the jet engine fuel. So P match with the third option. Paraffin wax are generally used for manufacturing of candles and bitumen is generally used for the road surfacing because it is very water resistance and adhesive property. So because of that, bitumen is used in the road surfacing. Okay, so P match with third option, Q match with first option and R match with second option. So 3, 1, 2. It means B is the right option for this question. Now let's see the next question. In the next question, there is a paragraph based question. Let's see the diagrams. Observe the given experiment, set up and select the correct statement. Okay, now let's see the diagram. In the beaker first, calcium is put in the cold water. Okay, so when calcium is put in the cold water, it react and form calcium hydroxide. Okay, and when magnesium put in cold water, so there is less reactivity or least reactivity of magnesium. No reaction will be takes place. Okay, now the next is in the third container, copper will put in the dilute HCl. Because of the least reactivity of copper, it also does not show, is also not show the reaction with dilute HCl. So no reaction in this container also. When Fe put in the ZnSO4. We know that Fe is least reactive than zinc, so it can't displace the zinc from the zinc sulfate solution. So in this reaction, this container, there is no reaction. Okay, now let's see the fifth beaker. In the fifth beaker, aluminium put in the zinc sulfate. We know that aluminium is more reactive than zinc. So when we put the aluminium rod in the zinc sulfate, then aluminium react with zinc sulfate and it form aluminium sulfate, and the formula of the aluminium sulfate is Al2SO4 whole thrice. Okay, and zinc is formed. We know that the color of the zinc sulfate is white and the color of the aluminium sulfate is also white. Okay, now let's see the statements. Okay, now the statements are: P, a gas which burns with pop sound will be evolved in beakers first, second and third. Beaker first, second and third. No, this is completely a wrong statement because we know that there is no reaction in beaker second, third. Okay, but in the first there is a calcium hydroxide and hydrogen gas, but there is no hydrogen gas released in the second and third. Now let's see the next. Q, a color change from colorless to green will be observation in beaker fourth. No, there is no reaction in this container, so this is also a wrong statement. Now let's see the R statement. Reaction will occur but no color change will be observed in the solution of beaker fifth. Yes, this is completely a true statement because we know that when we put aluminium in zinc sulfate, then aluminium sulfate and zinc is formed. Zinc sulfate, color of zinc sulfate is white and the color of aluminium sulfate is also white. So there is no color change. So there is no color change will be observed in the solution of beaker 4. So this is a right statement. Now let's see the next statement. The next statement is gas will be evolved only in beaker second. No, there is no gas will be evolved in the beaker second. So this is also a wrong statement. Now let's see the T. Reaction will occur in all the beakers but color changes will be observed only in beaker third and fifth. No, this is also a wrong statement. Okay, now let's see the options according to the question which are correct statement. So PRS, no, this is a wrong option. QST, this is also a wrong option. R only, yes, R only a correct statement, and P only, no, this is also a wrong option. So according to the question, A, B and D are wrong and C is a right option for this question. Now let's see the next question. The next question is, which of the following metal catch the fire in reaction with air? Okay, option A is magnesium, option B is manganese, option C is potassium and option D is calcium. We know that there are the two metals which are highly reactive, that are sodium and magnesium. So magnesium metal catch the fire in reaction with air. So the option C is the right option for this question. Now let's see the next question. The next question is, X is a synthetic fiber obtained from a natural polymer cellulose. It is not silk but shines like silk. One of its use in the shown in the picture. Now let's see. So X naught will be. Okay, we know that a fiber which is obtained from the cellulose and that is not a silk but shine like a silk, that is rayon. Rayon is made up by the units of cellulose and it is a shiny look like the silk. So rayon is look like the cellulose, but in this question, so X will not be. So rayon is similar to silk, so this is wrong option. Nylon, polyester and acrylic are the right option for this question. Now let's see the next question. The next question is, which of the following is manufactured from the high density polythene? Okay, options are, option A is containers, option B is pipes, option C is candles and option D is toys. Candles. Candles are generally made by the paraffin wax. So the candles are not made up by the high density polythene, but containers, pipes and toys. These all are made up by the high density polythene. So option A, B and D are the right option for this question. Thank you.
Hello student, welcome to Matrix High School. Today we discuss about Matrix Olympiad paper solution for class 8th for biology. First question for biology. Which of the following is not an advantage of using manure over fertilizer? Not an advantage, but in case inorganic nutrient or manure, that's wrong. It enhances water holding capacity, right? It replenish the soil nutrient and also restore the texture, that's right. Which exchange of gases become easy, that's right. According to question, not an advantage. Option A is included in this. So, right answer is option A. Next question. Which of the following statement true and false? Option first, statement first. Anthrax is a bacterial disease that affect human and cattle. Clostridium botulinum cause serious type of food poisoning. Citrus canker is a viral disease that affect citrus fruits. According to statements, anthrax bacteria, that's right, true. Clostridium botulinum cause serious type of food poisoning, that's true. Citrus canker is a viral disease that affects citrus fruit, no, that's wrong. So, true, false. True, false. Option B is the right answer for this question. Next question is, match the column first and second. Red algae, blue-green algae and brown algae match the column second. Red algae match with third, Giladium and Polysiphonia. Next, blue-green algae, nostoc and Anabina. And next, brown algae, Fucus and Sorghum. According to matching, 3, 1, 2. 3, 1, 2. 3, 1, 2 option B is right for this question. Next question is, the cell is the basic unit of life in all organisms like human and animal. Plant are also composed of several cells. The plant cell is surrounded by a cell wall, which is involved in providing shape of the plant cell. Refer to the given above figure of a cell and select the correct statement regarding it. Correct statement. W is engaged in the synthesis of protein. W is for protein synthesis because this one is endoplasmic reticulum, rough endoplasmic reticulum. Z present in both prokaryotic and eukaryotic in letters 70S type of where is former and 80S type. But this one is Golgi body, so Z is wrong. And C, both X and Y are double membrane. X is present only in plant, Y is present in animal. That's wrong. Last, acrosome of sperm developed from the modification X, but X is mitochondria, so that's wrong. Option A is right for this question. Option A is right because RER synthesizes the protein. Next question. Who discovers Z? Z is Golgi body. And right option is Camillo Golgi. Option A is right for this question. Next, the given box show some Rabi and Kharif crop. Identify these crops and select the option that correctly categorize them. According to question, Rabi and Kharif crops: sugarcane, cotton, mustard, maize, sorghum, linseed, barley, groundnut, wheat, chickpea and soya bean. According to this box, right answer is option B, because Rabi, mustard, linseed, barley, wheat, chickpea, and Kharif, sugarcane, cotton, maize, sorghum, groundnut and soybean. And other is wrong according to this box, because some Rabi and Kharif crop shown in box, and right option is B. Next question is, identify the given organism PQRS and select the incorrect option. Incorrect option. P could be an eukaryotic organism that cause abdominal discomfort in man, giardia. So that's right. Q could be a prokaryotic organism that help in breakdown of dead bodies of plant and animal, but this one is Chlamydomonas, wrong. Organism S could be used to obtain antibiotics, but this is wrong because R is used for antibiotics. R could be an organism that cause sleeping sickness in human, but S is responsible for this disease, so wrong. According to this question, incorrect options are B, C and D. B, C, D is the right answer for this question. These are the all solution for class 8th biology. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to the paper solution of class 8 mathematics shift 2nd. Okay, our first question is, Sarthak had 48 peanuts. He gave 2/3 of these to squirrels and 3/4 of the remaining to the crows. How many peanuts were left with him? He had 48 peanuts and he gave 2/3 to the squirrels. So remaining is 1/3, and from the remaining 3/4 to the crows. So how much remaining? 1/4 is remaining. So remaining are 48 upon 3 multiply 4. So that is 4. Correct option is option C, 4. 22. If A minus B equals 7, A minus B equals 7, A square plus B square equal to 169. How we will get A square plus B square? When we take the square, so square both side. So you are getting A square plus B square minus 2AB equal 49. So A square plus B square 169 minus 2AB equal 49. So 2AB equal 169 minus 49, 2AB equal 120. Okay, we having the value of 2AB. We required 3A plus B. It means we have to find the value of A and B both. So from here the value of A plus B we have to find. So A plus B square is A square plus B square plus 2AB, and the value of A square plus B square is 169 and value of 2AB is 120. So the value is 289. So A plus B square equal to 289. So from here A plus B equal to 17. Okay, taking the square root. So A minus B equals 7 is given, A plus B equal to 70, A plus B equals 17, A minus B equal 7. So when you simplify it, 2A equal 24, A equal 12. So from here when you put the value of here, you will get the value of B equal 5. So value of A equal 12, value of B equal 5, then 3A plus B, 3, value of A 12 plus value of B 5, that is the 36 plus 5, 41. So correct answer is option B, 41. Solid cube has side 625 cm. It's cut along the diagonal of the top face to get 4 equal parts. Find the percentage increase in the total surface area of all 4 parts with the respect to the original cube. It is asking find the percentage increase in the total surface area. What is the increment in the total surface area? So that is the cube and it's cut along the diagonal. When you cut the cube along the diagonal, each shape you will get like this. Okay. So this length, this is the square, and diagonal of square is, if the side is a, then diagonal is root 2a. So half of diagonal bisect each other, then this one will be the root 2a upon 2. And here also region is there, root 2a upon 2, this one. So the area of the region we are getting, this one, the new area will be the 6a square plus 8 into a multiply root 2a upon 2. 8 parts are there and the side is a and height is root 2a upon 2 with respect to 6a square, that is the old area, multiplied by 100. We can take common a square, then we will get 6 plus 8 into root 2 upon 2 upon 6 into 100. So when we will solve, we will get 94.26%. That is the our correct answer, A, 94.26%. So here if we change the sign, that is the equality sign will also change. So 11x will be the less than 22. So x is less than equal to 2. So when we include both, minus 3 less than equal to x less than equal to 2. So minus 3 less than equal to x less than equal to 2. Option A is the correct answer. Okay. Next question. In the given figure, PQRS and QTUV are rectangles. If y is the 4 times as much as x and y is twice as much as z, then find the value of z. Here you notice x and y are linear pair of angles. So y is 4 times as much as x. Y equal to 4 times as much as x. It means y equal to 4x and x plus y equal 180 degree. So you can put y equal to 4x. So x plus 4x equal to 180 degree. So here you are getting 5x equal 180 degree. X equal 36 degree. So value of x is 36 degree. So value of y will be the 144 degree. Now it is asking for value of z. So value of z, y is twice as much as z. Y is twice as much as z. It means if y equal to 144, then z will be the 144 upon 2. That is the 72. Option B is the correct answer. Next question. Out of 3 natural numbers, if the average of 2 number is added to third number, then 24, 20 and 18 are obtained. Find out all the natural numbers. It is in 3 natural numbers. So just assume A, B and C. Average of 2 numbers is added to the third number, then you are getting this number. So similarly क्या हो जाएंगे आपके पास में b plus c by 2 plus a equal 20 and a plus c by 2 plus b equal 18. So when you simplify it, you will get a plus b plus 2c equal 48, b plus c plus 2a equal 40, a plus c plus 2b equal 36. Now add these 3 equations, then you are getting 4a plus 4b plus 4c, and in this side you are getting 124. So when you take common 4 and divide in right hand side, then you will get a plus b plus c equal 31. Okay, if a plus b plus c equal 31, then a plus b will be the 31 minus c, and a plus b by 2 equal to 31 minus c upon 2. So put here value of a plus b by 2, that is the 31 minus c upon 2 plus c equal 24. So in the simplification you are getting 31 minus c plus 2c equal 24, and you are getting 48. So here you are getting 31 plus c equal 48 and c equals 17. So one number is the 17. Where is the 17? Option B. Similarly, here we will get b plus c by 2 equal to 31 minus a by 2. So when we put here, we will get the another number. So put here. So you will get 31 minus a by 2 plus a equal 20. So after simplification, 31 minus a plus 2a equal 40. So a will be the 9. A is the 9, and similarly the other number is the 5. So option B is the correct answer. Next question, if square root of 1 plus x upon 121 equal 12 upon 11, then the value of x is 1 plus x upon 121 equal 12 upon 11. So taking the square both sides, so we are getting x 1 plus x upon 121 equal to square of 12 upon 11 is 144 upon 121. So x upon 121 equal 144 upon 121 minus 1. So here you are getting x upon 121 equal 144 minus 121. So the value of x is 144 minus 121, x equal to 23. So the value of x is 23. Option B is the correct answer. Next, cube root of a number when divided by smallest prime number gives square of smallest prime number. Find the number. It is saying cube root of a number. Just assume the number is x. So the cube root of that number is cube root of x. When divided by smallest prime number. When divided by smallest prime number means 2. Gives square of smallest prime number. Square of smallest prime number. So here you are getting cube root of x upon 2 equal 4. It means cube root of x equal 8. So x will be the 8 cube, and cube of 8 is 512. Option A is the correct answer. Question number 29. The difference between the compound interest and the simple interest on x at 6.5% per annum for 2 years is 33.80%. What is the value of the x? C. It is saying that on 2 years, the difference between the simple interest and the compound interest is 33.80 rupees. So compound interest minus simple interest is 33.80 rupees. What is the value of the x? So what is the compound interest for 2 years? Just assume the value is x, then compound interest will be the r% plus r% plus r% into r%. That is the interest of first year, that is the interest of second year, and this one is interest on first year. minus simple interest, that is the x into r percent plus r percent. Okay, that is 33.80. We are finding the only the interest, so this is the interest. So this will be the twice r percent of x plus r percent square of x minus twice r percent of x equal 33.80 rupees. So twice r percent of x to twice r percent of x cancel out. R percent is given, r is given 6.5. So that is 6.5% square into x equal 33.80. So when you simplify it, you will get 65 upon 100 square into x equal 33.80. The value of the x will be the 33.80 multiply 10,000 upon 65 into 65. So when you simplify, you will get 8,000. So the correct answer is option C, 8,000. 3 plus 1. Okay, I am marking with black marker, so we will not get confused. 3 plus 1 minus 4. Okay, this one. Multiply 5 raised to power minus p plus 1 plus q. Multiply 2 raised to power 2 plus 3 equal 2 raised to power 5 upon 5 raised to power 3. So 3 raised to power 0 multiply 5 raised to power q minus p plus 1 multiply 2 raised to power 5 equal 2 raised to power 5 upon 2 raised to power 3. So 2 raised to power 5 to 5 cancel out. Here you are getting 5 raised to power q minus p plus 1, and in right hand side 5 raised to power minus 3. When you compare the power, you are getting q minus p plus 1 equal minus 3. So p minus q equal 4. P minus q equal 4. Option D is the correct answer. 31st, which of the following statement is the true or false? First, the rationalization factor of cube root of 9 minus cube root of 3 plus 1 is cube root of 3 minus 1. So this one can be written as 3 raised to power 2 by 3 minus 3 raised to power 1 by 3 plus 1 multiply 3 raised to power 1 by 3 minus 1. Why we are doing that? If the multiple of this become rational, then this is the rationalization factor of this one. So from here, when you multiply 3 raised to power 1 by 3 multiply with this bracket, so we will get 3 minus 3 raised to power 2 by 3 plus 3 raised to power 1 by 3 minus 3 raised to power 2 by 3 plus 3 raised to power 1 by 3 minus 1. So from here we 3 minus 1 2 minus 2 into 3 raised to power 2 by 3, and that is plus 2 into 3 raised to power 1 by 3. When you take common 2 1 minus, this can be written as cube root of 9, and this can be written as cube root of 3. So this is a irrational number we are getting, so this one is false. Next, which of the following statement is true and false? In a 2-digit number, the unit place is x. If the sum of the digit be 9, then the number is 10x minus 9. Let's check. Just assume 2-digit number is yx. It is asking that unit place is x. So that is the x, and yx can be written as 10y plus x. if the sum of the digit be 9, yani x plus y be the 9, so y will be the 9 minus x. Put here y will be the 9 minus x. 9 minus x plus x. So here you are getting 90 minus 10x plus x, that is the 90 minus 9x, and it is saying 10x minus 9, so it means that is the false. So first one is the false. Second one, two number differs by 40. When each number is increased by 8, the bigger number becomes thrice its lesser number. If one number is x, then the numbers are 15 and 12. Two numbers differ by 40. It means the difference is the 40. One number is x, another number is y, then the difference is 40. Each number is increased by 8. X plus 8 and y plus 8. The bigger number becomes thrice the lesser number. Bigger number is obviously x plus 8 is the thrice the smaller number. So that is the x plus 8 equal 3y plus 24, that is the x minus 3y equal 24 minus 8, that is the 16. So x minus y equal to 40 and x minus 3y equal to 16. Try to simplify it. When you subtract equation 2 from equation 1, you are getting, so you will get 2y equal 24, y equal 12. Yani one number is 12. Put the value here, you are getting another number, x minus 12 equal 40. So x is 52. So the numbers are 52 and 12. 50 and 12, yes, this one is true. First one was false. Check the third one. The number of boys and girls are in ratio 5:4. If the numbers of boys is 9 more than the number of girls, the numbers are in ratio 5:4. So that is 5x minus 4x equal 9 more hai na? So x will be the 9. Then the number of boys is 36. The number of boys 9 into 5. 45, not 36. It means this one is false. So F, T, F. F, T, F, option D is the correct answer. Next, which of the following statement is true and false? First, the compound interest on 60,000 for 3 years, if the rate of interest is 5% for first year, 4% for second year and 3% for third year, is rupees 7,485.60 rupees. Let's check. So, the compound interest will be the amount minus principal. So, amount will be the 60,000 multiply for first year. So, 1 plus 5 upon 100 interest, and for second year 4%, 1 plus 4 upon 100, and for third year 1 plus 3 upon 100. Okay, so when you simplified 60,000 into 100, 5 upon 100, 100, 4 upon 100, and that is 103 upon 100. So from here you will subtract 60,000 also for finding the compound interest. So you can take common 60,000. So that is the 21 upon 20. That is 26 upon 25. And that is 103 upon 100. 21 upon 20 multiply 26 upon 25 into 103 upon 100. So 20 to 20 cancel out. So here you will get, when you simplify, you will get 7,485.6. So it means your answer is true. Second one is if the compound interest on a sum for 2 years is 832 and the simple interest on the same sum is same rate with the same time period is 800, then the rate of interest is 12%. It means, let's see, for 2 years, the interest with the compound simple interest is 800. It means 400 plus 400 is the interest. For first year 400, for second year 400, because for both year it remains same. And in the compound interest, you will charge interest on 400 also, because you charge on interest on interest. It means interest on 400 rupees you will pay extra with the compound interest. It means 400 multiply, just assume rate is the R% upon 100, that will be equal to the difference of 832 minus 800, that is the 32. So R% will be the 32 upon 4, it is 8%, but it is given 12%, so second one is the false. For the certain amount, simple interest for 3.5 years is 8% per annum is 60 rupees more than the simple interest for 2.5 years 10% per annum for the same sum, then the sum is 200 rupees. Just assume the sum. Sum means amount you are taking, principal amount, that is 2000. We have to prove it. Just we are assuming 8x. So with the rate of x, the simple interest is x into r 8% into t 3.5 year, that is the 3.5 upon 100 minus x into 8 into 2.5 year with 10% na, so rate will be the 10 into 2.5 upon 100 equal to 60, because the difference is the 60 rupees. Okay, so when you will simplify, x you can take common, that is the 28 upon 100 minus, that is 25 upon 100 equal 60. X will be the 60 into 100 upon 3. So amount is 2000 rupees. So yes, the sum is 2000 rupees. First one is true, second one is false, third one is true. TFT, TFT, option A is the correct answer. Next, which of the following statements are true? If A, B, C equal 8 and 1 upon A plus 1 upon B plus 1 upon C equal 3 upon 2, then AB plus BC plus AC equal 12. Let's check. 1 upon A plus 1 upon B plus 1 upon C equal 3 upon 2. Take the LCM. LCM will be the A, B, C. And when you divide with A, you are getting BC. When you divide B, you are getting AC. And when you divide C, you are getting AB equal 3 upon 2. So value of BC plus AC in plus AB equal 3 by 2 into ABC. What is the value of the ABC? 8. So that is the 12. Yes, you are getting 12. It means this one is the true. Second one, the square of binomial is always a binomial. Let's check. We can check with the example. I am taking a binomial x plus 2 and I am taking its square. I am getting x square plus 4x plus 4. It is not a binomial. It is a trinomial. That is, second one is the false. The HCF of polynomial 6 into x square minus 36 and 36. X plus 6 is x plus 6. So 6 into x square minus 36 can be written as x plus 6, x minus 6. And 36 can be written as 6 into x plus 6, 6 into x plus 6. So for the HCF, 6 is the common, x plus 6 is the common. So HCF is 6 into x plus 6. It means third one is the false. So first one is true, both remaining two are false. TFF, TFF, option C is the correct answer. Next question. Match column first with column second and select the correct answer using the codes given below. If 3 coins are tossed simultaneously, find the probability of getting exactly 2 head. If 3 coins are tossed, we will get 8 outcomes. Head, 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 tail, head, tail, head, head, tail, 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 head, head, tail, head, tail, 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 head, tail, tail, tail. Okay, 8 outcomes are there. Now it is asking exactly 2 head. In which outcomes you are getting the exactly 2 head? 1, 2, 3. 3 outcomes, that is the probability will be the 3 upon 8. So first P's answer is second. At least 2 head. At least 2 head means minimum 2 head. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So the probability will the 4 upon 8, that is the 1 upon 2. So Q's answer is first. At least 1 head. At least 1 head means कम से कम एक head. When you notice in 7 outcomes you are getting at least 1 head. So the probability will be the 7 upon 8, means R's answer third. So correct answer is 2, 1, 3. 2, 1, 3. Option D is the correct answer. Next, match column first with column second and select the correct answer using the codes given below. If 2 raised to power P, if 2 upon 7 raised to power minus 5 multiply 2 upon 7 raised to power minus 11 equal 2 upon 7 raised to power 8x, then x equal. So 2 upon 7 raised to power minus 5 multiply 2 upon 7 raised to power minus 11 equal to 2 upon 7 raised to power 8x. So bases are same, so we can add the power. So when you add the power, that is the 2 upon 7 raised to power minus 5 plus 11 minus 16 equal 2 upon 7 raised to power 8x. So if the base are same, power will be also same. So minus 16 equal to 8x, x equal to minus 2, x equal to minus 2. Second option is the correct answer for P. In the Q, if 6 upon 19 raised to power minus x divide by 6 upon 19 raised to power 4 minus 4 equal to 6 upon 19 raised to power 5. So when you simplify it, 6 upon 19 raised to power minus x multiply 6 upon 19 raised to power 4. If you replace the numerator and denominator to each other, then negative power will be the positive, equal to 6 upon 19 raised to power 5. The base are same, then compare the power, minus x plus 4 equal 5. So the value of x is minus 1. So value of x is minus 1 and Q's answer is third one. P's answer is 2, Q's answer is third, and R 1 upon 3 raised to power minus 1 into minus 9 power minus 1. So minus, that is the 3 into 1 upon 9. When you simplify it, you are getting minus 1 upon 3. Minus 1 upon 3. R's answer is first. So correct answer is 2, 3, 1. Option A is the correct answer. Next, match column first with column second, corresponding amount and compound interest, and select the correct answer using the codes given below. C. Principal is 12,600 for 2 years at 10% compounded annually. 12,600 into 10%, 1 plus 10 upon 100 raised to power 2. So that will be the 11 upon 10 multiply 11 upon 10. So 12,600 into 121 upon 100. 20 to 20 cancel out, and you will get 121 multiply with 126, then you are getting 126 252 and 126 6 4 15,246 15,246. Yes, and what is this? This is the compound interest. When you subtract 50,246 from you subtract 12,600 from 15,246, you are getting 2,646. Okay, P's answer is R. Sorry, third. Q. 18,000 for 2 years at 10%. 18,000 for 2 years at 10%. That is the 18,000 into 1 plus 10 upon 100 raised to power 2. That is the 18,000 into 11 upon 10 into 11 upon 10. So that is the 180 into 121. 121 into 18. So 18 1 18. 18 to the 36, 37, 18 1 18, 21. That is the 21,780. 21,780. Option second is the correct answer. And when you subtract 18,000 from 21,780, you are getting 3,780. In the R, 16,000 for 3 years, 8, 12.5% per annum. So 16,000 into 1 plus 12.5 means 12.5 upon 100 raised to power 3. So you are getting 16,000 into 12.5, that is the 125 upon 1000, 5 upon 40. So that is the 45 upon 40 power 3. When you simplify it, you will get 22,781.25. So the correct choice will be the first. So that is the 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Option C is the correct answer. Next, 38, match column first with column second and select the correct answer using the codes given below. 2 cubes of iron whose edges are 6 cm, 8 cm and 10 cm respectively are melted and formed in a single cube. The edges of the new cube will be. If you are melting a cube and converting in another shape, the volume will remain same. So sum of volume of these 3 cubes will be the equal to the volume of same cube what you are making. So cube of volumes of cube formula is side cube. So if side is 6 cm, then the volume is 216, 8 cm then 512, 10 cm then 1000. Okay, so when you add, you are getting 1,728. So volume of new cube is 1,728. That is the side cube equal to 1,728. So side will be the 12 because 12's cube is 1,728. So P's answer is second. The numerical value of total surface area is equal to the volume of the cube, then the diagonal of cube is. It is saying there is numerical value of total surface area of volume of cube. Total if side is A, then the volume will be the A cube equal to the total surface area. It means when you simplify, you are getting A equals 6. The volume of, then the diagonal of cube is. So diagonal of cube, that is the side into root 3. Yeah, root 3 into side, that is the 6 root 3. So Q's answer is third. The volume in centimeter cube of a tetrahedron with side 6 centimeter. R. The volume in centimeter cube of tetrahedron is, that is the R. The volume in centimeter cube of tetrahedron with side 6 centimeter is. So volume of tetrahedron is A cube upon 6 root 2. So A cube 6 cube upon 6 root 2, that is the 36 upon root 2, and 36 can be written as 18 into 2 upon root 2, and that will cut root 2 times, so you are getting 18 root 2. So volume of tetrahedron is 18 root 2. So correct answer is 231. 231. Option A is the correct answer. Next, Miss Sapna asked the student of her class to throw 2 dice simultaneously. She asked then to note down the possible outcomes. The student have written the possible outcomes is follow. These are the all possible outcomes when 2 dice are thrown. The probability of getting doublet of a prime number is. What is the meaning of the doublet of a prime number? It means on both dice you are getting a prime number. So prime numbers are 2, 3 and 5. So 2, 2, 3, 3 and 5, 5. So the probability will be the 3 upon total number of outcomes are 36. So 3 upon 36, that is the 1 upon 12. Option A is the correct answer. Next, 40. The probability of getting neither 9 nor 11 is the sum of the numbers on the faces is. So in this case, how we will get? First of all, select whose sum is 9 or 11. So in this case, I think not possible. From here, start selecting. Sum is the 9. Sum is the 9. Sum is the 9. Sum is the 11. Sum is the 9. Sum is the 11. So how many possible outcomes are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On 6 cases, you are getting sum 9 or 11. It means 36 minus 6. In 30 cases, you are not getting 9 nor 11. So the probability of that case will be the 30 upon 36. That is the 5 upon 6. 5 upon 6. Option B is the correct answer. Paragraph 4, question number 41 and 42. Rohan's house had an over tank in the shape of a cylinder. This is filled by the pumping water from sump and underground tank, which is in the shape of a cuboid. The sump has dimension 1.57 meter, 1.44 meter and 95 centimeter. The overhead tank has its radius 60 centimeter and height 95 centimeter. Volume of water left in the cuboidal tank after filling the overhead tank is. कि उसके अंदर कितना पानी लेफ्ट रहा है अगर फिल करने के बाद में. So it means we have to find volume of cuboidal tank minus volume of over tank. Why? This is the capacity of the cuboidal tank, and from this the water in the overhead tank. So after filling this, how many water is left in tank? So we will get. So volume of cuboidal tank is L into B into H. So that is 1.57 into 1.44 multiply 0.95. It is in centimeter. So convert in meter. Minus volume of overhead tank, that is the pi. We can take 3.14 multiply R square. R is the 60 centimeter. So 0.6 square multiply H is 95. So after the simplification, we will get 1.073 meter cube. So the water is option A, 1.073 meter cube is the correct answer for this. L, 1.57 into B, 1.44. It will remain same and only the height will be the change. So H will be the 1.073 upon 1.57 multiply 1.44. When you simplify it, you are getting 0.475 meter. So when you convert in centimeter, you are getting 47.5 centimeter. So 47.5 centimeter, option D will be the right answer. Next question, the present age of Anil and Renu are in ratio 4:5. 8 years from now, their ratio of their ages will be the 5:6. This is Anil, this is Renu. Okay. So present age ratio is 4:5. It means 4x and 5x. 8 years from now, the age will be the 4x plus 8, and that is the 5x plus 8, and the ratio will be the 5:6. So 4x plus 8 upon 5x plus 8 will be equal to 5/6. So when you simplify it with the cross multiply, you are getting 24x plus 48 equal 25x plus 40, and you are getting x equal 8. So it is asking present age of Anil. Present age of Anil 4x, yani 4 into 8, 32 years. Option B is the correct answer. In next, what will be the age of Renu after 12 years? Present age of Renu is 5x. Yes or no? And x is 8. So present age of Renu is 40 years. So from after 12 years, the age will be the 40 plus 12, that is the 52 years. Option B is the correct answer. 45. Which of the following order pair point belong to the equation minus 2x plus 3y equal 5? Check the option. Option A, 2, 3. So put the value of 2, 3 here. So minus 2 into 2 plus 3 into 3. That is the minus 4 plus 9 equal 5. So yes, it is satisfying. So option A is correct. Now option B, minus 2 multiply minus 2 plus 3 multiply minus 2. That is plus 4 minus 6 equal minus 2. So this one not satisfying. C, 0, 0. So minus 2 into 0 plus 3 into 0. You are getting 0, not equal to 5. It means C is not answer. D, minus 1, 1. Minus 2 multiply minus 1 plus 3, 3 multiply 1. So that is the 2 plus 3 equal 5. We are getting 5. So option A and option D are the correct answer for question number 45. Next, which of the following statement is true? If the diagonals of rectangle intersect at O and ROQ equals 72 degree, then OPS equal 54 degree. There is a rectangle PQRS whose diagonal PR and QS intersect at O. ROQ equals 70 degree. That is the 72 degree. Sorry. Then OPS, this angle. If this angle is 72 degree, then this angle is 108 degree. And in rectangle, both angles are equal. Yes or no? So sum of these two angles, if this is x, then this is 2x. So 2x equal to 108, then x equal to 108 upon 2, that is the 54 degree. So the angle will be the 54 degree. It means first one is true. B, if the diagonals of rhombus are 10 centimeter and 24 centimeter, then the length of sides of rhombus is 13 centimeter. You know diagonals of rhombus are perpendicular to each other and bisect each other. So if the one diagonal is 10 centimeter, then half of 10 will be the 5 and half of 12 will be the 24 will be the 12. So this side using the Pythagoras, that will be the 13. So side of the rhombus is 13 centimeter. Yes, this one is also true. C, if the two adjacent angle of parallelogram are in ratio 3:5, then smallest angle is 80. You know that is the adjacent angle of parallelogram are supplementary to each other. It means 3x plus 5x equal to 180. So smallest angle 3x will be the 3 upon 8 into 180. That is the (45) upon 2. That is 135 upon 2. That is not equal to 80 degree. It means third one is not the correct answer. The measure of each interior angle of regular hexagon is 120 degree. Regular hexagons. Okay, it is a regular. It means sum of the all exterior angle is the 360 degree. 6 sides are there. So first we can find the exterior angle, that will help to find the interior angle very easily. So exterior angle is 360. If sides are 6, then x equal to 60 degree. If exterior angle 60 degree, then the interior angle 120 degree. It means D is also correct. So correct answer are A, B and D. 47, if A square plus B square 40 and AB equal 12. A square plus B square equal to 40, AB equal 12, then A plus B is R. So A plus B whole square, we can write A square plus B square plus 2AB. Then A square plus B square 40 plus 2 into AB 12. That is the 40 plus 24, that is 64. If A plus B whole square equal to 64, then A plus will be the plus minus 8, because square root of any positive number is positive or negative both. So 8 and minus 8, A and B both are the correct answer. Next question, if the value of A square plus 1 upon A square is 786. A square plus 1 upon A square is 786. Then the value of A minus 1 upon A. A minus 1 upon A. So we are finding the square of A minus 1 upon A. That is the A square plus 1 upon A square minus 2 into A into 1 upon A. So value of A square plus 1 upon A square 786 minus 2. So that will be the A minus 1 upon A whole square. So from here A minus 1 upon A square equal to the 784, and 784 is a square root of 784 is a square of 28. So square root of A minus 1 upon A will be the plus minus 28. So A and C both are the correct answer. Question number 49. If angles P, Q, R and S of the quadrilateral PQRS are in ratio 11, ratio 19, ratio 21, ratio 9. So the angles ratio is given. So find the angles just. So angle P will be the 11 upon 11 plus 19 plus 21 plus 9 into 360. So angle P will be the 11 upon 19 plus 11, 30 plus 30, 60 multiply 60, 360. So you will get angle P equal to 66 degree. Angle Q equal to 19 into 6, that is the 102 degree. Angle R equal to 21 into 6, that is the 126 degree. And angle S equal 9 into 6, that is 54 degree. Okay. Now PQRS is a parallelogram with PQ parallel RS if opposites angle are equal. In quadrilateral PQRS, angle P equal to 66 degree, angle Q equal to 102 degree, angle R equal to 126 degree, angle S equal to 54 degree. So PQRS is a parallelogram with PQ parallel RS. See, if opposite angle are equal, then it is a parallelogram, but opposite angle are not equal, it means option A is false. So we have to select the false. So yes, this one is false. PQRS is a trapezium with PQ parallel RS. PQ parallel RS. If sum of these angle is 180 degree, then it is parallel, otherwise not parallel, but here the sum is not 180 degree. So this one is also false. So this one is answer for our question. PQRS is a kite. If one pair of opposite angle are equal, then it is a kite, but no one pair of opposite angle are equal. So this one is also our answer, because PQRS is not a kite. D, PQRS is a trapezium with PS parallel QS. C, PQRS 66 degree, 102 degree, 126 degree, 54 degree. Now, if PQRS is a trapezium with PS parallel QR, PS parallel QR, C, sum of these angle is 180 degree and sum of these angle is 180 degree. It means these lines are parallel to each other. If one pair of lines are parallel to each other, then it is a parallelogram. Option D is true. So option D is not our answer. We have to select only false statement. So A, B and C are false statement. 11, 12, 13, 14. 11 is repeating 1, 2, 3 times. 12 is repeating 1, 2, 3 times. 13 is repeating 1, 2 times. 14 is repeating 1 time. So 11 and 12 both are repeating 3 times. It means mode will be the 11 and 13. A and C are the correct answer. Okay. Thank you so much for watching the video. इसी तरीके से आपके सारे मैथ्स के क्वेश्चन कंप्लीट होते हैं. आई होप आपका पेपर अच्छा गया होगा. Thank you so much.
Hello student, welcome to Matrix YouTube channel. We are here to discuss the solution of Matrix Olympiad paper of class 8 reasoning stage 2 in shift second, conducted on 19 November 2023. Hope you performed very well. So let's get started. So question number 51. Which number will replace the question mark in the following series? So series is 2, 5, 11, 23, 44 and next is missing. So first find the pattern of the given number series. So here pattern of this series is 2 to 5, it means plus 3. 5 to 11, it means plus 6. 11 to 23, it means plus 12. 23 to 44, it means plus 21. So it means pattern is 3 to 6, it means plus 3. 6 to 12, it means plus 6. 12 to 21, it means plus 9. Plus 3, plus 6, plus 9. Now next is plus 12. So 21 plus 12, it means 33. So here 44 plus 33, it means 77. So 77 is the next term of the given number series. So here option A is the correct answer of this question. Now let's move on to the next question. So now next question is question number 52. Which number will replace the question mark in the following series? So series is 98, 95, 86, 82, 66. Next is missing and next is 36. So first find the pattern of the number series. So pattern of this series is 98 to 95, it means minus 3. 95 to 86, it means minus 9. 86 to 82, it means minus 4. 82 to 66, it means minus 16. Now next is missing. So pattern of this question is 3. Now 3 square. 4. Now 4 square. Similarly, next is 5. It means 66 minus 5. 66 minus 5, it means 61. So, and now 61 to 66, it means minus 25. So, 5 square. So, here missing number of this given series is 61. So, here option C is the correct answer of this question. Now let's move on to the next question. So now next question is question number 53. Vimla started from her home and walks 30 meter towards north, and then turns right and walks 40 meter. Then she turns left and walks 35 meter. After that, she turns right and walks 40 meter. From there, she turns right and walks 85 meter. Then she again turns right and walks 50 meter. From there, she finally turns right and walks 20 meter. How far is she from her home now, and in which direction with reference to her home? So let's suppose A is the home of Vimla. Vimla starts from her home and walks 30 meter towards north and walks 30 meter towards north. Now then she turns right, and walks 40 meter. Then she turns left, and walk 35 meter After that, she turns right. And walk 40 meter From there, she turns right and walks 85 meter. Then she again turns right and walk 50 meter. And she turns right and walk 50 meter. From there, she finally turns right and walk 20 meter. She turns right and walk 20 meter. Now, how far is she from her home? Let's suppose B is the end point. B is the end point of Vimla and A is the starting point. A is the starting point of Vimla. A is the starting point of Vimla. So now find the distance between AB. So A and B will be in same line because Vimla goes 30 plus 35 plus 20. 30 plus 35 plus 20 towards the north. It means 85 towards north. And Vimla goes 85. South direction. So it means A and B will be in same line. Now find the distance between A and B. So distance between A and B is equals to 40 plus 40 minus 40 plus 40 minus 50. So 80 minus 50, it means 30. So distance between A and B is 30. And find the direction of B with respect to A. So B is in east of A. A is the home of Vimla. So B is in east of A. So here 30 meter east is the correct answer of this question. So it means option D is the correct answer of this question. 30 meter east. So let's move on to the next question. Ratan walks 15 meter towards the north and then turns right and walks 23 meter. Then he turns left and walks 16 meter. After that, he turns left and walks 11 meter. Then he turns right and walks 17 meter. Then he turns left and walks 12 meter. He finally turns right and walks 19 meter. In which direction and how far is he now with reference to starting point? So according to question, let's suppose A is the starting point of Ratan. Ratan first goes 15 meter towards north direction. He goes 15 meter towards north direction. And then turns right and walks 23 meter Then he turns left and walks 16 meter Now after that he turns left and walk 11 meter Now Then he turns right and walks 17 meter. He walks right and walk 17 meter. Then he turns left. Then he turns left and walk 12 meter. Then he turns left and walk 12 meter. And walk 12 meter. Finally, he turns right and walk 90 meter. Finally, he turns right and walk 19 meter. In which direction and how far is he is now with reference to the starting point? Now, let's suppose B is the end point of Ratan. So, A and B will be in the same line because Ratan goes 23 meter towards east direction, and he also goes 11 plus 12. It means 23 meter towards west direction. So it means he goes 23 meter east direction and he also goes 23 meter towards west direction. So it means A and B will be in a same line. So now find the distance. Now find the distance between A and B. Find the distance between A and B. So let's sum up all the direction which are going towards north. So here 15 plus 16 plus 17 plus 12. 17 plus 12. 15 plus 16 it means 31 plus 17 it means 48. 19, 12, not 12. Right, 19. So 15 plus 16 it means 31. 31 plus 17. 17 plus 19 it means 67. 67 meter. So distance between starting point and end point is 67 meter. Now find the direction of the end point with reference to the starting point. So end point is in the north of starting point. So here 67 north is the correct answer of this question. So it means option C is the correct answer of this question. So now let's move on to the next question. So now next question is question number 55. If a mirror is placed on the line MN, then which of the answer figure is the right image of the given figure? So find the mirror image of the given figure. So this part is near the mirror. So it will remain near the mirror, in the mirror image. So mirror image of this figure look like as follows. So mirror image of this figure look like as follows. So now here correct mirror image is option A. So option A is the correct mirror image of the given figure. So here right answer is option A. Now let's move on to the next question. So now next question is question number 56. In a row of boys, A is 13 place from the left and D is 17 place from the right hand. If A is 11th place from the right hand in this line, then what is the position of D from the left hand? So position of A from the left is equals to 13 and position of D from the right is 17. Now next is A is 11th position from the right. Position of A from the right is equals to 11th place. So in a row, so find the position of D from the left. So position of D from the right is given. Position of D is from the right is 17 and position of D from the left is not given. So now find the total number of boys in this row. So formula is left position plus right position of the same person minus 1. So now left position of A is given and right position of A also given. So find left position of A is 13 plus right position of A is 11 minus 1. So 13 plus 11 it means 24 minus 1 it means 23. Now find the position of D. Position of D from the right end, left end. Find the position of D from the left end is equals to total minus position of D from the right end plus 1. So position of D is right from the right end is 17. Total is equals to 23. So 23 minus 17 plus 1. So 23 plus 1 it means 24 minus 17. So 24 minus 17 it means 7. So position of D from the left is 7. So here option B is the correct answer of this question. Now let's move on to the next question. So now next question is question number 57. Mohit is 10th place from the left end in arrow. Sumit is 10th place from the right end. Deepak is the 4th place to the right of Mohit. If there are 16 people in the row, then how far is Deepak from Sumit? So total number of people in this row is equals to 16. Now position of Mohit from the left is equals to 10. Now and position of Sumit from the right is also 10. Now Deepak is 4th place. So in arrow. Now here is Mohit. Here is Mohit and place of Mohit from the left is 10th. And now here is Sumit. Now here is Sumit. Position of Sumit from the right is also 10. Because left position of the first person plus right position of the second person is greater than 2 total. So it means here is Mohit. Now here is Sumit. Now according to question, Deepak is the 4th place to the right of Mohit. So this is the right side of the Mohit and this is the left side of the Mohit. So Deepak is 4th place to the right of Mohit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now here is Deepak. Now here is Deepak. So first find the position of Deepak. Find the position of Deepak from the left is equals to. So 10 plus 4. So it means 14. So position of Deepak from the left is 14. Now find the position of Deepak from the right. Position of Deepak from the right is equals to total minus position of Deepak from the left plus 1. So total is equals to 16 minus position of Deepak from the left is 14 plus 1. So 16 plus 1 it means 17 minus 14 it means 3rd. So position of Deepak from the right. Position of Deepak from the right is 3rd. And position of Sumit from the right is 10th. So find the position. Now find the position of Deepak from the Sumit. So Deepak is placed 7th to the right. This is the right of the Sumit. And so Deepak is placed 7th place. Deepak is 7th place to the right of Sumit. So here position of Deepak from Sumit is equals to 10 minus 3 it means 7th. Position of Deepak from the Sumit is 7th. So Deepak is placed 7th place to the right of Sumit. So here option D, Sumit right 7 is the correct answer of this question. So option D is the correct answer of this question. Now let's move on to the next question. So now next question is question number 58. If plus stand for division, now division stand for multiplication, now multiplication stand for subtraction, Now subtraction, division for addition. So which one of the following expression is correct? Now options are taken one by one. So according to option A, so 18 multiply means minus 6, plus means divide 7, divide means multiply by 5, minus means plus 2 is equals to 16. So 18, first divide the numbers. So using BODMAS rule, so according BODMAS rule, divide the number first. So 18 minus 6 divided by 7 multiply by 5 plus 2 is equals to 16. So here 18 minus 6 multiply by 5, it means 30, divided by 7 plus 2 is equals to 16. So 18 minus 30 divided by 7, it means 4.18. 4.18 plus 2 is equals to 16. So 8 plus 18 plus 2, it means plus 20 minus 4.18 is equals to 16. So 20 minus 4.18, so it means 15.822 never equals to 16. So here option A is the incorrect answer of this question. Now according to option B, 18 plus means divide 6. Now divide means multiply by 7, multiply means minus 5, minus means plus 2 is equals to 18. So using BODMAS rule in this expression, so now first divide the numbers. So 18 divided by 6, it means 3 multiply by 7 minus 5 plus 2 is equals to 18. So 3 multiply by 7. Now multiply the numbers. 3 multiply by 7, it means 21 minus 5 plus 2 is equals to 18. So 21 minus 5, it means 16 plus 2 is equals to 18. 16 plus 2, it means 18. 18 always equals to 18. So here option B is the correct answer of this question. Now let's move on to the next question. So now next question is question number 59. After interchange divide and equals 2 and 3, which one of the following statements becomes correct? So interchange this sign. Sign means divide and equals, and number is 2 and 3. So options are taken one by one. So first taking option A. Now according to option A, 15 divide is equals to means divide. 2 divided 2. 2 means 3. Divide means equals. Now 3 means 2. So 15 divided by 3, it means 5 is equals to 2. So 5 never equals to 2. It means option A is the incorrect option. Now taking option B. So according to option B, 2 means 3 is equals to means divide 9. Divide means equals to 3. 3 means 2. So 3 divided by 9, it means 1 by 3 is equals to 2. So 1 by 3 never equals to 2. So it means option B also incorrect option. Now taking option C. So according to option C, 3 means 2. Divide means equals. 6 equals means divide. 2 means 3. So 2 is equals to 6 divided by 3, it means 2. Yes, 2 always equals to 2. So here option C is the correct answer of this question. Now let's move on to the next question. So now next question is question number 60. A square sheet of paper has been folded and punched as shown in the following series of figures. How will it appear when opened? Let's suppose this is the X, this is the Y, and this is the Z. Unfold. Now open the paper. So now open the paper in the same sequence. in which it was folded and find the mirror image in each case. So when we open Z, then we got Y. Now we open Y, then we got X. And X, now find the image of X, because X represents unopened paper, unfolded paper, other you can say open paper. So find first, unfold the Z. Unfold the Z. When unfold the Z, then the image is look like as follows. Now, and it's represent Y. Now open the Y. Open the Y. Then we got X and find the image of X, because X represents opened paper, unfolded paper. So now open the Y, then we got X. So image is look like as follows, and find the mirror image of this. When unfold the Y, then we got X. Then we got X, and X represents open paper. So here option D is the correct open paper. So option D is the correct answer of this question. Thank you everyone.